Hey team, first and foremost, I want to say thanks a lot for being here. I know we've been up and down and inconsistent, and we've been on about a 9 to 10 month hiatus here, but we are back and we are in full force, and we are so excited to have you with us. Before we get the show underway, I do want to plug one more project I am working on. I've partnered with Bite Size Sports, and we are going to be developing a Detroit sports newsletter. It'll get delivered right to your email inbox. I'm the lead writer on it. It'll be covering the Red Wings, Pistons, Tigers, Lions, Michigan, and Michigan State. About 4 to 5 minute read coming right to your email every single week, and I would love if you would subscribe. So just go to GordyBerry.com, like Gordie Howe, Barry Sanders, but GordyBerry.com, and then just enter your email where you want to receive this newsletter, and you will get it weekly. Would absolutely love if you could go do that for me. And as you receive these things, don't be afraid to reply to that email and give us some feedback. And always, my DMs are open. Would love to hear from you guys. We have a great show today for the Fizz, so let's get right into it. Thanks, team.
What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? I think it's that right there. It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. All you guys that were in here. It's our core foundation, man, grit. And what does it mean? Really, in a nutshell, I think it means this. We'll go a little bit longer, we'll push a little harder, and we'll think a little deeper and a little sharper. Like, to me, it means we'll play anywhere. We'll play on grass, we'll play on turf, we'll go to a fucking landfill. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
All right. You guys ready?
Ready.
For fuck's sake.
Let's try this again.
All right. Watch those feet.
I got you.
All right. Hello and welcome to episode 73 of The Fizz. Boys, we are back. We are back. I am here with Chandler and not JU. Not JU. I'm here with Big Lou, the Big Slip Bandit. Say hey to everybody, Lou.
Welcome. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, I agree. Channy, what do you got?
Not much. Just still making money, picking the right picks, and watching the Lions lose. Not much change since you last heard from me.
Yeah, so we appreciate everyone being back and listening. So obviously some changes. Last year, I think we, no pun intended, fizzed out what week were we? 9?
Strategically after Michigan State lost to Purdue.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's so right.
That was the end of that.
We had the most biased episode of all time where we had Coach Mark D'Antonio on, and then we lost to Purdue and just went away.
Oh, that's all right. Some things happen for a reason, right?
Yeah, that day was up there for like one of the worst days of my life. Just obviously we lost to Purdue. But
like shit.
Yeah, but I had like a lot of winnings in the gambling app from the Michigan win, and I was like trying to fix something in my shower, and I don't know how to fix anything. So my wife's like bitching at me, and I'm live betting like $200 at a time as water's like shooting out of like the wall.
I was staring at your phone with a wrench in your hand.
Yes, like not like watching the game, but like should be watching like YouTube on how to fix the bathroom.
Did you ever finish the house, or are you still living with like a toaster oven and like washing your dishes by hand?
No, the house the house is never really done. If you ask, my wife, she's like redoing the guest room right now, which like we just did last year. But yeah, the kitchen eventually did get done. So we're done getting carry out every night.
Can you drink water down there?
Yeah, we can. You can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we can have the water.
Luxuries.
Yeah.
Luxuries.
Water's good in the points. So
nice, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, everything's good there. So, new season, we're back. Last year, just being honest with you guys, got a new job. Fucking my house was getting ripped apart. Just life kind of happened, and I ran away from this thing. Also, I kind of hated doing it over Zoom. I thought it was trash over Zoom. So I wanted to do it the right way.
In the flesh.
Yeah. Boys, get close to the boys, muck it up. Oh, 3:06, so about an hour setup today.
I think we had an hour set up, 200 feet of extension cords, and 3 big feet knocking shit around.
Yeah. We actually did start the podcast a little earlier, and then right as I got done with the intro, Lou decided to kick all the technology at
That's
once.
Bigfoot Bandit.
and it just cut everything out. So I can't even guarantee that everything's being recorded right now. We might just be fully dicking around down here. So
Run it up.
So yeah, but we're back and we're here to discuss all the sports and all the shit. So every week, we're gonna be coming to you guys either on Tuesday mornings or Thursday mornings, depending on life, and probably change from there too. But
2 good days though.
yeah, I love those days.
Love them.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So
Huge Thursday
You're either
guy.
coming out of a week or you're going into a week, so it'll be perfect timing either way.
which you could arguably say about almost any day of the week, depending on which way you're going.
Every day but Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday's kind of smack dab in the
That's
middle.
why we avoided that day.
Yeah. What leagues do you guys? What is Monday? Is it bowling?
No, Monday's golf
Golf.
league. We've
Yep.
officially retired the Twip Hammers. Breaking news to everybody out there. No more Twip Hammers at Shelby Lanes this year.
Really?
Yeah, we decided to hang it up. 33 weeks was just too much of a commitment. So we might be smoking heaters, playing darts on Thursdays, maybe a little X golf, but we've retired from the bowling game for this year.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Damn.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Were you part of that?
I was not.
Yeah.
Not a bowling guy.
Yeah, you got no hammer.
I mean, I can bowl, but I'm not
Can
a
you?
bowling guy.
I fucking suck at bowling.
I mean, I'm not good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I can't. And bowling's one of those where it's like hard to even like pretend you're like doing something like sporty.
I mean,
you're at a dusty bowling alley
You're there to
drinking
drink
100
and smoke
beers.
cigs.
Yeah.
it's the kids who weren't athletes in high school are really good at bowling. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like kind of pisses you off too a little bit.
Yeah.
It's such an easy but hard game. So
Yeah.
bowling's behind us. We're moving on to another chapter.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I like it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm finishing up golf league, and then it's into hockey season, which is also last year we got in 29 games. Couldn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, we're coming up on our fall hockey season as well, Tuesday nights.
What rink are you out of?
We're in Troy.
Nice.
Yep. Ship set. We lost in the championship in the summer. Just weren't disciplined at the end of the game. Tough loss, overtime thriller.
Wait, you did you get scored on with like 4 seconds
We
left?
did.
No
We did.
way.
We
You played
did.
my buddies.
KGF was the squad we played.
I don't know what their name was, but like my buddies were at Troy and they said they scored with like 4 seconds left and then won in overtime.
Yeah, it was brutal. We had 2 bad penalties at the end of the game. Just undisciplined
Just
hockey.
gotta close the door.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
shameful, but we're coming back in the fall. We like our team, adding a couple people, so
No, I like it.
snipes around.
Yeah, we lost in the what's your team name?
Ship set.
Oh, nice. We lost the Long Necks lost in the finals last year too. Absolutely improbable run. I mean, we started the year like 1-8 and then just flipped the whole season on its head. I don't know, we just figured it out.
What happened in the finals?
The playoff run was pretty electric. So there's one team in the league, they're called the 300 footers, and they fucking suck to play against. They're like 7 guys. I'm not kidding though, but they're all ex-NHLers. But the caveat there is they're like 50 plus.
Okay.
But they're fucking ex-NHL is ex-NHL. They're the smartest guys I've ever played against. Like, and they suck to play against because it's like a basketball game. They don't move.
Yeah.
But they're just always open. They find the spots.
Hockey sense.
Yeah.
You said their name was the 300 footers?
Yeah.
Do they want to sponsor our extension cords?
Yeah. yeah, we do. Yeah, we might. Yeah, we might actually need it. That's good. Yeah, beat them in the first round. Then we got, I don't know, who did we get in the second round? Oh, we had Larkin's brother in the second round. 3-game series. Talk about like grueling in beer league. We played them on St. Patty's Day. They were the drunkest people I've ever seen in my life, and we got in an absolutely like 5-on-5 brawl on the ice. We called it the
course.
St. Patty's Day Massacre.
That's great.
Yeah. And then lost
Old time hockey.
in the finals to the Mallards. Game 1, had the lead 3-0. Just absolutely fell asleep at the end. No discipline, couldn't close the door, ended up losing in
Meltdown.
7 overtime shootout. We lost that one. So yeah, who cares? No one's here to talk about
Fucking
it.
beer league
Who
hockey.
gives a
Jesus
shit?
Christ.
I'm passionate about this shit, though. I'll talk about it all day.
I agree.
But we should probably recognize there's people listening to us.
Yeah,
correct.
And I think everyone right now is just on the edge of their seat with one question, and that's where's JU? Because JU is supposed to be part of the podcast here, but right now it's RIP JU. He's got other podcasts he's working on. He's got a new job. He's got a baby girl, so he's a busy guy. And he's essentially too popular for this podcast. So, R.I.P. JU. We'll have him on for like the most biased podcast again.
JU, we'll see you soon, man. We wish you well, all right?
JU, I'll help fill it in for you while you're out.
Yeah, no, JU, we love you. But we're going to need you to get some guests on this show eventually because we're not pulling shit between the three of us.
Not yet. Not yet.
But we do, in lieu of JU, we got the big slip bandit, Lou here. He's got his NWO tee on.
Had to come out hot.
Yeah, he'll have the spicy takes. He's a... do you want to talk about how you're a coach or no? Do we not want to talk about that?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I'm coaching JV.
Say where.
Yeah, JV football over at Stony Creek. I was the freshman coach last year, so some pretty good stuff. Got moved up this summer, but we're in full swing of two-a-days and excited to start the season. Just like being around the game, I like football and like being a part of it, and it's a big time commitment, but at the end of the day, it's for the love of the game. Grit.
Oh, sweet God. Yeah, so how was everyone's summers? Anyone got anything big to report here?
Not much big to report. Just laying low, golfing like shit very frequently.
Yeah. Frequent golf shit,
had a busy winter, had a busy spring, kind of laying low in the summer. But I mean, we're going to get back on the traffic and weather topic, but it's been a great summer. It's been a great summer weather-wise. I don't want to get stuck on it, but one of the better weather summers that I can remember to do outdoor activities here. So really just stayed around locally and really gotten into some things around Metro Detroit here. But other than that, not too much exciting to report on my end.
Yeah, and I think it's, we're going to have a pretty Midwest Michigan listener base here. Like, we get in the weather and traffic, they'll probably eat that shit up. So, I mean,
nobody wants to talk about it, but you always have to talk about it.
Yeah, what else goes on here?
Well, when you come in late 15 minutes on a November show, we'll have to break down the traffic situation, the route you took, why you were late, et cetera, et cetera.
I can't wait.
Barrel count.
Yeah, and I can't wait till this just slowly devolves back into Zoom. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to make this fucking drive every week.
You got it. Grit.
Yeah, I'll have to be thinking of that the whole
You
time.
know why you're doing this, man?
Don't count, man. Don't.
The
fucking man.
I kind of want to circle back to the weather, but yeah, like this year golf season way better. Last year golfing at Rambler just flooded every week. Absolutely.
That course is a fucking shithole.
Dude, I'll take a bullet for that fucking course though. That place is so goddamn gritty.
Everyone has to stand by one shitty course, I feel
That's
like.
mine.
Yeah.
That or Chandler, even though Chandler hasn't treated me as well as Rambler has. I'll say this about Rambler. The girls that work there in the clubhouse, the hardest working girls in showbiz. Like
wow.
they treat us really well. Like,
that's important.
The service there fucking rocks. They're always making sure we got whatever we need. So I'll just big shout out Rambler. If you're a shitty golfer like I am looking to join a league, Rambler's the spot, man.
I mean, I got a question for you. We see your shit swing every week on Instagram.
Yes.
You keep your over-under at 50. Vegas would be moving that up to about 53.5 right now. So how many times have you actually broken 50 this year?
I have broken it 3 times.
3 times? And how many out of how many weeks?
10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
10 weeks. Yeah. Well, actually, I've done 10 roast my swings. I think for the league, it's right there though. I'm batting like 300
Gotcha.
at breaking 50.
Did the roast my swing start at Rambler?
The roast my swings did not. They definitely did. They definitely started at Rambler. So my golf, COVID started. We couldn't play hockey. Couldn't do anything. It was fucking COVID. I was planning a wedding that was getting like just destroyed. Like it was just getting like ripped apart. So I was pretty miserable. And all my buddies were just like golfing. And it was just like, well, what the fuck? You guys are all hanging out. Like I'm coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
So they were like, all right, you can sub. We'll give you a giant handicap. And I mean, I'm still trash, but like I was looking at some of my scores from like 2 summers
Back
ago.
when?
Dude, like 60s and like 130s.
You're thinking about driving into oncoming on the way home.
Like you should have just put off the tee.
Dude, like it was I can't believe the guys like fucking let me hang out. But yeah, it was
all
bad.
about the hangout.
It still is.
I
still
agree
is.
100%.
Yeah, so that's all it is. But like, yeah, so I subbed like 4 rounds there, and then I was like, all right, get me in this fucking league. And so then I was in the league last year and then in the league this year. So I'm calling it my sophomore year.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sophomore slump, or you think you're
No, I'm trying
bar?
to. No,
Okay,
dude,
okay.
I'm telling you, like I'm down from like 120s, 110s to like 100s. I'm shooting like 100s.
There we go.
100,
coming around.
105. Yeah.
There we go.
Dude, and who cares? It's just fun to fucking be out there.
100%.
Yeah,
My favorite thing.
Like when I have a kid, like I'm gonna make sure that they're into golf, like early, because I don't want them doing what I'm doing right now.
I mean,
Being
You
the
don't
ma-
want him to be 120. At
being the
30s.
Make-A-Wish kid out there, like people can't even do the math on my score, you know, giving me 3 strokes on par 3s, fucking stupid. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just looking at our notes here. I got Michigan Summers. What we doing? That was one of my notes.
here we go.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, hey, so let's, we can get into like sports that just like aren't our personal stuff, because I feel like we've just talked about that. But so where do you guys want to start? You want to do Tigers, Wings, Pistons? I mean, we've had a whole year off. Big summers, I feel like, for all of them, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the Wings? Because that's a little bit of positive. Because I can see Chandler ready to fucking veins
Scald
popping in
the
his-
Tigers.
Yeah, they're on in the back. They're on in the background right now.
Actually winning, which is a surprise.
Yeah. So, just the Wings looking at the offseason. Stevie, they like surprised the living shit out of me. Like I didn't expect him to make all those moves.
No, I couldn't be happier with what Stevie's been doing for the squad, and we're building. Like that's definitely one of the teams on the come up in Detroit. Like no question.
Yeah, and like you just look at him and like I truly think, I'm kind of blending two things here, but like Illich would be just absolutely like they'd be chanting fire, like sell the teams for both teams if it wasn't for Steve Yzerman. Like that's like the only thing he's done right.
I
The
feel
rebuild's over, though.
But yeah,
The rebuild's over.
for the take, yeah, right.
yikes.
So
No, I think I messaged you that day, Frank, when the Red Wings signed 11 guys, and I was like, "Is this NHL 2022?" Like it just kept popping up. Breaking news: sign, and then I thought the salaries were wrong because NHLers get paid so much less than other guys. Like
get paid dirt.
the top guy got paid less than the 13th guy on the Pistons roster. So I don't know too much about hockey. I don't follow it. I went to the last home game last year, so you would have been proud. They lost 9-2 to the Penguins. I did jam the over and chase down the live over on that one, so that was good. But he's turning the roster over, which when you're that bad, you do need to get a lot new personnel into the team and the system, and I think he's done a very good job at that, and you guys can allude to it better than me, but it sounds like we got a lot of young guys coming up, whether they're still overseas or in our system, that are going to really help us in the time frame of 2 to 4 years down the road when we can finally expect a contender, not just maybe someone who can sneak into the playoffs.
yeah, and it's like one of those things where it's like with those signings, like I know like a lot of those guys like Kopp and like Perron and but like everybody he drafts, I'm just kind of like sounds good
For
like,
sure.
I
I
don't know that shit.
No, me neither. I mean, unless you're following KHL
Yeah.
hockey, it's like, how do you know what's going on? I was looking at they have the World Junior stuff going on right now, and the Wings 3rd round draft pick, Mazur, was second in goals right now behind
Nice.
a Canadian guy, Mason something. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sounds good,
He has the longest leash of any Detroit executive I think that's ever been in office, maybe besides.
And I love how he's bringing the
Wait
band.
till our next topic.
I was gonna say besides Dumars before he somehow broke,
And then he-
broke
Or
that leash.
Avila's
Yeah.
8-year rebuild that he
Yikes.
mercifully got rid of. But, I mean, the question I was going to ask you, and you guys kind of hit on it, is I turned on the NHL draft, and they're number 1 overall is, and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And then they're number 2 overall, and I'm like, who? And it's do you guys know anyone? You guys are in hockey circles. Do you know anyone that knows the top 10 prospects coming into the draft and actually enjoys watching the draft, or is it are they thinking what I'm thinking, 18-year-old kid, we're just drafting on potential?
Yeah. For me, it's I'm you
Mm-hmm.
as I'm just going. I'm just filming it for media and coverage sake and going oh, that looks cool,
Right.
or whatever. And then just to know who the guys are.
Mm-hmm.
But I very rarely, outside of maybe the consensus number 1, when it was Hughes a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago, know who the guys are.
Yeah,
But
same.
totally if you're on Red Wings Twitter, I mean there's people know all that shit. Jerry who sent us the over-unders today,
Did you get it to us?
what?
Jerry did the over-under
He did
again?
it, yeah. Oh,
there
yeah.
we
He's
go.
back.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Jerry.
Yeah, shout out Jerry. I hate you, but no, I'm kidding. No, you're good, Jerry. But no, Jerry knows all that shit. Jerry knows all that shit. He'll text me stuff, and I think he's disappointed in my lack of knowledge of
Because you're the hockey guy too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch them when they get to the wings,
sure.
if I'm being honest.
It's a lot to follow, you know, the overseas back and forth.
I don't even really
college.
follow college until like the Frozen Four.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm like, oh, that's what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty just NHL guy.
Yeah. What about Big Al taking the piss?
Oh yeah. So I did want to touch on Big Al taking this piss. So a lot of Wings fans, dude, are like up in arms and at his defense. All right. And I am just not in this camp. Like, if I openly was peeing in a public drain, like at work, I would get fired as well. And this wasn't like a one-time thing he was doing. Like, Al Sobotka, while I do respect his place in Red Wings lore and everything he's done.
So tell the people, who's Al Sobotka?
Sorry, Al Sobotka is the Red Wings Zamboni driver. Like, if you've ever seen the highlights, which you have in the 90s or 2000s, of a guy spinning a giant octopus over his head and the crowd going crazy, like, that's Al Sobotka.
Big Al.
So Big Al's driving the Zambonis at intermission, always has a younger female by his side.
Huge hype guy.
Yeah, yeah. So, hey, people love Al, and I respect his position within the Red Wings organization, but, like, you ask anybody who's, like, dealt with this guy or, like, if you ever had to skate there, not the nicest guy in the world. And I'll just leave it, like, right there. He just was never the nicest guy. Like, we had, you know, squirt teams, peewee teams go skate at the Joe, and whether it was a parent or a kid, not the most friendly guy in the world. Big chip on the shoulder. I get it. He started from like the bottom and like became like the most.
He thought he was big dog on campus.
I think so. You know, and a lot of people probably will disagree with me, but a lot of people were mad that he got fired, and I don't think it was just because he pissed in that drain. I think it was probably years and years of like, hey, just don't piss in that drain. And I think piss in that drain means like a lot of other things too.
Didn't he blame it that he had like some bladder problems going on, so he couldn't really like control himself? He had to let it go when he had to go.
I think so, and I think he's suing the Wings, but like, I don't know. I don't know the details of like his bladder situation, but
it's unfortunate.
But yeah, I mean, I pee a lot as well. Shit runs through me. Drink a lot of fluids. I get to the can.
I mean, did they not bring the old troughs from Joe Louis to let him piss in there, or what's going on?
That's the other argument, right?
Yeah.
Is like, if he was peeing in the drain, maybe he just missed the Joe.
I think he was just troughing out.
Dude, I don't think I've ever entered the LCA bathroom like during a Wings game and not made a trough joke. Like, I just have to.
Yeah.
Do you get a good reaction or?
Great.
Yeah.
It lands every time.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, I'll be in there and be like, boy, I missed the troughs. And there's like some 13-year-old kid who doesn't get it next to me, but then there's some dad wearing like a like a pleather.
He comes
like
screaming out of the stall.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, buddy, pee on me. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's my Al Sobotka thing. I didn't put that anywhere on the internet, and I just wanted to have an opinion on it. That I don't think it was completely unwarranted that the guy was fired.
I didn't know that he was like that was a reoccurring thing for him. I thought this was like the first time he got caught.
No, I think it was a thing.
Okay.
I think it was.
That makes it definitely a little bigger
from
deal.
The whispers I've heard, apparently he was a chronic pisser
Tough.
in the drain.
All right, well, too many times you cross the line. I guess you got to go eventually.
Gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's that. That's what I got on the Wings. Last thing I guess is like, I'm just like, another thing with Yzerman, like he hired this assistant from Tampa.
Okay.
And I don't know much about him outside of he was assistant at Tampa, and he looks like Gru. He's pretty ugly individual.
Yeah, gritty.
Yeah, gritty. We'll go with that. But again, first time coach, know nothing about him. It's just one of those like, all right.
So funny enough, I do have a connection. Guy on my team played for John Cooper before he was with Tampa Bay or anything when he was growing up. Guy played semi-professional hockey. Says he's familiar with this guy's name. What, Derek?
Yeah.
Is it? Derek. Yeah. And said he's a disciplinarian. Kind of a hard ass. Very, be on time, be prompt with everything. So
a Dan Campbell-esque, is that what you're saying, Chandler?
Man. No, I'm not saying Dan Campbell.
We'll get there, man. We'll get there.
Opposite of that.
We're going to get there, man.
I think that's what they need is a disciplinarian with a younger team and a lot of new pieces meshing together. But we'll see. Trust in Yzerman, right, Frank?
100%. Apparently, he's big on like buy-in with the players. Like I heard, like as soon as he was hired, like he's calling guys and asking.
Love that. I love how he's bringing the old band back too.
Well, yeah,
You know?
dude, yeah, and not
Drapes,
and,
Lidstrom.
yeah,
Yep.
and not in like a Holland way where it was a country club, where
Right,
he was like
correct.
letting guys play,
Correct.
way past like
Holding on to Cleary. Yeah. Why is he always the first guy that comes to mind?
because
with
that was the one that was like, dude,
Yeah.
like
When's enough?
Are we
enough?
not done here? Like, because remember he went to Philly. And then like Holland like got him back for $200,000 more. Like,
Missed him.
yeah, like got him back. But yeah, so yeah, I would say Red Wings trending up. Pistons, we could touch on them lightly. Trending up as well. I don't know much about hoops, Frankie hoops, but I always say like I'll get into the Pistons as much as like they win. I'm a total bandwagon Pistons guy. I'm not even going to deny that. The more they win, the more I watch. The more
Yeah.
they lose, the more I'm kind of just checking
Watching
Twitter.
and, for sure. Well, I mean, I feel like NBA too, you just get a little more dose of it on social media and all that type of stuff. Whereas like NHL, you got to be looking for it
Yeah.
to see a lot more that's going on,
Yeah.
Well, the good thing with them is they got their superstar. Cade's a superstar. He's on his way there. That's what you need in the NBA. You have to have a superstar to win. This isn't the NFL. This isn't MLB. You got to build around a superstar. They got 2 young pieces in the draft. They made a couple savvy trades to fill up their cap space this offseason. So I think the Pistons are trending up and will trend up quicker than the Red Wings,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. I think the Pistons will be the first team to make the playoffs.
Whoa.
The next team to make the playoffs out of the city of Detroit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Holy shit. I didn't even expect hot takes today.
Get ready for them.
Yeah. We didn't even get to the teal yet. What do you guys?
Let me clarify too, and it will be in the playoff game the play-in game this season.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was actually read an athletic article and they had them like fighting for play-in.
Yes.
Apparently that was like, but that's how I feel about the Wings. Like, I think the Wings should fight for the 8th seed. And I think if they make it, that's absolutely a wildly successful season.
Yep.
If they at least are in the hunt by like the turn of the year into February, March, that's like a good season for
Yep.
me. Like,
So much of the playoffs just comes down to the hot goalie for NHL.
Yeah.
Well, the difference between the two is the Red Wings can get the premier free agent. They heard rumblings of the Johnny Gaudreau this offseason. Detroit's a destination in hockey. Every other sport, Detroit's not a destination, so you have to build between Bay, Cunningham, Ivy,
Duran.
Jalen Duran.
Love
It's
him.
like they've drafted enough good pieces in addition to the Killian Hayes and some savvy moves getting Alex Burks to be able to just retain guys, be able to put more money into the guys, use the bird rights and whatnot, and be able to retain this team that they drafted from within in order to have success.
what are bird rights?
So bird rights essentially in the NBA allow you to pay a player more and for longer to retain a guy.
Yeah.
So Steph Curry can get a 5-year deal for over $250 million if he resigns with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
If he goes to a different team, they can only max out at 4 years and under $50 million.
I didn't know that at all.
Yes.
Is that because of Larry Bird?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. And that's why guys like maybe Giannis stayed. Bradley Beal this offseason, saw him get $50+ million. That's because of the bird rights. The Wizards were able to give him more than if he went elsewhere.
Stock options.
I didn't know. You're just saying shit. The good thing too with the Pistons is like Cade coming in and like buying in or at least like saying, hey, the Pistons are cool. Like I think was
sure.
just fucking huge.
Pop the buffs on right away.
Dude, let me buff up right quick. Like
Stop.
that was like,
Huge.
Like he was like embraced Detroit, like and like made it cool, and I feel like that helped all the other
Because
guys behind
what's
him.
his name was dogging him too.
Yes.
That went to Houston.
Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Green. What do you think about his braids? You like the braids this year? Have you seen a picture of Cade with the braids?
Cade braided up.
Yes,
No.
Cade's
I have
got
not.
the braids this year.
I'm
so
usually a braid
obviously
guy.
last year, you're not a braid
You're
guy.
not a braid guy.
I'm
Man.
known for being a braid guy.
No one. All right. So
So-
if the Pistons make the playoffs, you should braid
You
your
want me to
hair.
braid? I will braid up if the Pistons make the playoffs.
So last year he had kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
that fluffy hair, but this year he's got the sideways braids. What do you think? You like the look better?
I don't think I'm in any position to tell Cade Cunningham what's cool. I'm wearing like a 90s polo medium and I'm wearing a hat to like cover my balding head. So if I had the hair to side braid my shit and like half-ass pull it off, I'd go for it. So I'm gonna say whatever Cade does is cool. But I do kind of miss his like. I'm looking at pictures of him right now. I kind of miss his high top
Little baby
from
yeah,
like
yeah.
baby fro from
Yeah.
from Oklahoma State days. But hey, whatever he wants to do. If he's sick, man.
Buffs. I mean, I had to like.
He's unreal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it turned out great.
And the Pistons. So stuff I actually can speak on is fucking the branding, which the Pistons I feel like have been lost in a branding nightmare like since 06. So now they go back to the teal, and I
Love
think it's
that move.
perfect timing after like the sick draft they had. They got all the young guys, like 90s nostalgia, all that throwback stuff's in. So like a lot of the old heads I feel like are very like I guarantee my dad like hates this fucking teal. He hated it when they wore it before. They were terrible when they wore it.
Yeah.
But like I like have said like, okay, do I just like this because it's from when I was whatever, 8 years old? Or is this sick? And I've decided it's sick.
I like it too. I'm with it all day.
Yeah. I'm a big teal guy. What about you, Channy? Oh, yuck.
To be honest with you, I'm just.
Oh, wow.
I like the red, blue, and white. I like the traditional. I like the traditional Pistons logo. It's cool to have the alternative. They're going to wear it 10 times this year,
Yeah.
so I think it's good to sprinkle it in. But am I like a big teal guy? No. I'm not
Were
a big
you
teal guy.
a color rush guy, Chandler?
No. I don't like the color rush. I don't like the neon green MSU.
Well,
I'm a
everyone hates that.
traditionalist. I didn't like the gold helmet MSU when they sacked Devin Gardner 32 times.
I like that.
I was about those.
I like that.
The
But
Roman stuff. Yeah, I was
at the
all
end of the
about
day,
that.
It also
I just
helped me
want
beat the piss
traditional.
out of them.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm totally on the traditional side without a doubt. Original 6 is kind of where I base my like love for jerseys and looks like that. Like my favorite Pistons jersey is like the Bad Boys red, white, and blue.
Yes.
Like that font that's
For
big.
sure.
Like fucking I have a Rodman of it from China. You got it for me. Of
course.
Blue, thank you. But like I do like the idea of like them as 10 jerseys a game. But I want them to like figure out what their actual home and aways are gonna be.
Yeah. It's they like you mentioned, they kind of got caught between the Palace and downtown,
Yes.
and then they tried to get real downtown, and now they're trying to get like real teal and back into the 90s. So just stick with one lane,
Yeah.
pick it, and run with it.
Like
for a
the
while.
Motor City with the silver was like where
That
did,
was
I was like
awful,
where
yeah.
did silver come from first off, and like Motor City is the laziest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like yes, okay, we are the Motor City, but it's like that's what we're leaning on here, Nike.
I feel like all the Detroit teams are kind of bringing back the like gritty blue collar type feel to
Yeah.
their squad, like back to basics, foundation, build the walls, build the fortress.
All right, Campbell.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, we're getting there, man. Like, man. All right. All right. So good. So now that we touched on that, let's get to a team that I said that I was going to watch a lot of this summer. I said I was going to get back into baseball. I grew up playing baseball, loved baseball. Dude, I used to know every single thing about the Tigers, and I don't know, like, I am just trying to fight to get my interest back in this team, but, like, obviously they're fucking terrible, and they don't give me any reasons to watch. So I'm kind of turning into a bandwagon's Tigers fan, and they are trash.
I mean, I'm not trying to put either of you on the spot, but like, can you name one of their starters in their rotation right now?
That's not injured?
Correct. That's actually in their rotation.
I don't think I can. Is there
Starting pitching? No. Definitely not.
in the rotation? So yes.
Yes. So Erod out, Casey Mize out,
Yes.
Matt Manning out, Tarek Skubal out, homeboy that did the no hitter last year, Spencer Turnbull,
Turnbull.
out. They have
So those are the guys I could have named.
Yes,
Isn't
they
there a
have-
guy?
That's what I
Isn't there a
mean, there's
Hamilton?
nothing.
There's an Alexander.
yes, Tyler Alexander.
That's a starter.
Yes,
That's a
he's
fucking starter.
for them. Other than that, you got like Michael Pineda, who's been picked over 6 times.
He's
and
still in the
hurt.
league?
Well, he's hurt, but yes, he is unfortunately still in the league. We had a spot for him.
Did
in the
Illich just say
rotation.
like we're cutting budget on trainers this year, and that's why everyone's banged up?
No, he said the rebuild's over.
Well,
so.
I know he said that, and then he liked our progress on July 1st.
I think everyone just said, I don't want to play baseball for this team this year.
Dude, where is Erod? Like, what happened with that? Did he just say like I'm having trouble at home and like change his phone number?
He turned his phone off.
Tough.
They couldn't get a hold of him for weeks, and they're still paying the guy. They're still paying him $22 million a year.
That's insane.
So I'm not sure how you can allow that, and you would think that you could spend that $22 million, get out from under the contract for the breach of contract, and spend it elsewhere. But that like sums up the Tigers' season in one storyline.
Yeah, and he wasn't good before he went out.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he got shelled by Boston, and I think he was pretty embarrassed.
Yeah, we weren't missing him.
That was like our marquee signing. Oh, besides Baez.
None of the free agent signings worked out.
No.
None of anything besides Riley Green worked out.
Yeah.
And Riley Green came in 70 games into the year, so we were already dead by then.
Yeah.
Torkelson just hit a walk-off in AAA. Everyone's like back on him now.
Yeah.
He was hitting like 135 in the majors. Baez, I don't know why people are mad. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he swings at everything.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a pitcher, I'm never throwing him a strike. No. He's going to strike out a ton. His glove has been terrible, though. That's the one big surprise.
He doesn't have like
year.
sexy tags anymore. He's not sexy tagging anybody.
No. I mean, no.
Just
You don't
no.
sexy tag when you're down 10-1.
What happened to Meadows? Has he just been hurt this whole time? Or
Last I know, he's got vertigo. The
Great.
guy
Right.
can't lift his head up. So it's like he's.
Didn't we give up like 3 firsts and like $3 million to get him?
No, we gave up Isaac Paredes, who
Yeah.
was on an absolute tear to start the season. So nothing's worked out from this offseason. And thank God they finally got Avila fired. But it's like the damage is done. Like, they have to do what the Wings did.
Yeah.
They have to bring in an Yzerman. So for baseball,
Don Kelly.
that wasn't where I was going with it. No.
I mean, I think Yzerman to the Wings is like Don Kelly to the Tigers.
It's like Theo Epstein to the Tigers.
Yeah. Is Theo still in Boston?
No, so Theo works. I just saw him in an interview. He works actually for the MLB.
You said that like you saw him at like the grocery store.
yeah. Me and Theo, I kind of shot him a text.
shoulders.
Yeah, congratulated him. But he works for the MLB now. But he did leave open in the interview I saw. He said, "I'll never close the door on returning if it's the right situation."
Why'd he leave though? Wait, like why is he? Did he like step away or like I don't even know what happened to him?
Yeah. Stepped away from the Cubs because he had his run in Boston, took a couple years off, took over the Cubs,
That's
got
right.
them, won their World Series, stepped away again. I mean, the guy is, I don't even think he's 50 yet, which is crazy to think for
Jesus.
how long he's been
Yeah.
in the league. But, I
Dude,
mean,
yeah.
the amount of work to run a team is probably why he took some time off. Just
I mean, he's getting paid, you know.
exactly.
But like I just like if you're Illich, right? Like I would think this is a win-win. If you throw the absolute house at him, you get him, and then kind of blame is off of you for even if it doesn't work, because it's like, well, he went and got fucking Theo Epstein. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
But there's something that goes along with getting Theo Epstein is your commitment to spend to make a champion. I
Yeah.
don't think Theo Epstein's going to go anywhere where they don't open up the checkbook and they're not going to have a top 10 payroll.
They're not
Yeah.
looking for a money ball situation.
yeah, and it was his last two were it was Chicago and Boston. You know, a little more of a draw than the Motor City.
Detroit.
Yeah,
But two franchises that were on huge World Series droughts, Tigers are now going on 40 years. So might be intriguing. Might be a big enough challenge to lure them in here.
dude, they are so. God, what a bad product right now.
Yeah.
From like top to bottom. Like just everything about him is
And
so
then
just
they wait till after the trade deadline to fire Avila.
And that guy they got like is not going to pitch in the MLB like ever.
No.
Mary Lou who? What's his name? It's like he's got like a 3-part name.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
No,
I don't
know
either.
It's like the NHL draft to me.
I heard he has like a lifetime like 7 ERA in the
Yes.
minors.
Not good whatsoever. And not only did they let him operate the trade deadline, they let him draft another year of drafting. And they took
Yeah,
a
who is that
questionable
guy?
pick.
The guy from Texas Tech?
Yeah, second baseman who is a
Isn't
bad
it-
fielder at second base was his scouting
Isn't his name
report.
like
That's how we fill holes.
Jace or
Kuzi
something?
Kuz? Yeah, it's like Jason Jace.
Yeah,
Jaden Jace,
Jace.
something like that.
Jaden Jace, something
Yeah.
like that.
JJ.
Yeah, cool.
So anyway, we're a long way from seeing the light with that team.
So they're trending down.
Yes.
Trending down for sure. And did you guys see Illich's like that's the last time he'll step out for an interview ever. Did
Yeah,
you
he
guys
got
see-
scolded on that one.
smoked.
I mean, he should, rightfully so.
How about him saying like, "Well, I didn't make those trades. Our GM did," which I guess is facts, but it's like, dude, like,
Aren't you
ownership.
part of that?
Yeah, like
accountability.
accountability.
You're not talking to him with
and,
that?
and you got to sign something. I think to just he's not just like doing that.
yeah.
Right.
No, that was nuts.
Well, at least we moved Verlander at the right time, so at least Avila did something right.
Yeah.
He
Cy
did-
Young looker.
Didn't have much in the tank. Unbelievable.
Tough.
Well, yeah, that's so that kind of gets us here, which now we're live into Dude, we're like fucking a couple weeks away from football season.
So pumped.
Yeah, I can't wait. Absolutely can't. So is week 0 is next week. We're just like, no, your freshman team's playing like.
Yep. Yeah. Next week, first game, big game next week on Wednesday. Opening up against Harper Woods.
I was saying like college starts, but yeah.
No, we're talking about real business here, Frank.
Yeah. So
I am pumped for college week 1. I started looking at the lines a little bit.
well, week 0.
Or week 0.
Yeah,
Yep.
week 0, right? All the smaller schools play, and then we get into week 1. But yeah, so yeah, we'll do college, and then we'll get into the big dogs, I guess. But I don't follow the recruiting like as much as like the guys in our chat. I would say like I like that you guys feed it to me, and I like seeing it.
Yeah.
But like you guys are sending me these like Twitter accounts from guys in the
I
South
feel like I'm
that-
following so many slappies. It's just like
Yeah.
every time something happens in the recruiting world, you're looking at it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
5 retweets of the same tweet.
So, but like Tuck's killing it. It seems like Tuck's
mean,
coming.
I mean, there's nothing not to like, right?
Yeah. Besides, there's one thing I don't
Yeah,
like. Which
I know
which is
exactly what you're thinking.
Which is the NF Tucks.
Yeah.
The NFTs. That was the most disappointed I've been in a Tuck decision.
Frank, you called it.
Uh,
You kept saying, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. Then as it got closer, you said, this is going to be a letdown.
Yeah.
I'm hearing rumblings, it's going to be a letdown. I'm hearing rumblings, it's going to be an NFT, and sure as shit.
I would like to take credit for that, but that was totally my followers because I was just bopping up and down. I thought we had some sick jerseys coming. I don't know.
yeah.
Like just something fucking cool, hype video. I wouldn't have cared. Maybe statue of D'Antonio, anything. But then some people kept DMing and they're like, I think it's NFTs. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. He's like, look at that coin. Like people like that spinning coin.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, no, I think it's NFTs. So then I put it out there and sure as shit, it just was.
Yeah.
Thank God
Tough.
it's going to charity though, because that's like,
It's a good cause, but it's just like not the news we were looking for with all this
Yeah.
hype
Yes.
drop.
and it like they rolled it out like poorly too, right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't buy them. It was like unavailable. If it wasn't going to charity, we'd get dragged by everybody
For sure.
Like,
That's the fallback.
and like if you're gonna do something like this and not give it to charity, you have to simply win every single game. You have to win every game.
I mean, like, call me ignorant. Like, I don't even know, like I saw what it is, but like I don't know still what it is. Like, is
I don't
it like
either.
like
I don't-
Like an old picture of an MS,
Like a
MSU
digital-
alumni
Did you guys
shirt?
see
Like-
what they look like though?
Yes.
Like you saw like the spin and tuck.
Yeah.
It's like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
like
all
a-
I got.
It's like a Mario Party gold coin that's spinning in place.
yes. That's
I'd
all I
rather
got.
have that.
So yeah, that's all I got. But I'm glad it's going to charity, I guess. And honestly, like
2 claps for charity.
If this is like what we got to do for I don't know if this is what the kids are into and it helps recruiting. Like, what the fuck do I know?
I mean, what do you think about some of their recruiting tactics this year? You know, you saw them bring the G-Wagon onto the field.
Love
The
that.
McLaren. Like,
Yeah.
hey, do you love that because that is the new era of recruiting? Or are you one of those more traditional guys where you're like, oh, this is taken away from the tradition and
It's
the
about
game?
the
and-
program.
yes, it's about the school and the camaraderie. Or are you like, dude, let's gas it up. All systems go. I want more. I want strippers on the field
Yeah.
next year.
So
I want the best players.
So like, I think normally like I would say absolutely like traditionalist like that. There's no place for that kind of stuff. But I want to win, and if that's where we're at and that's what it takes, I want to be the fucking big dogs on campus. Like I want to fucking win, and if we got to drive a car on the field and get some dogs out there and take some high quality photos
Let's do it.
that get me juiced up, I don't give a shit. Like let's
Get them all juiced up
Yeah.
too. Then they're all retweeting each other, getting their buddies who are going to the school to come there.
I think the wildest thing for me though about the all of that, the Lambos on the field, the fucking dogs out there, fucking NFTs. I think the wildest thing to me though is that they put them in the full uniform. That they give them a helmet, they give them a jersey, they give them the gloves, and there's like guys debating between Michigan and Michigan State, and it's wild to me that those pictures now like live.
Yeah.
Like
They got like a lightsaber in their hand.
yeah,
Like a sledgehammer.
So like I think that is like just odd to me that it's like you like could put this on and like completely go to a rival school and that's across every school. I think it's just wild that they put them in the gear now, but I get why they do it.
For sure.
And like what the fuck do I know, dude? Tux like seems like an animal, so it's like I want those guys, and if that's what we have to do to get them, and it's not like the traditional like you should just be a
want to be a part of the school,
Yeah.
and their tradition here and that. I mean, that's all important in here and there.
But it's like, how do you get guys like these 4- and 5-star recruits from Texas, Alabama, Georgia? They don't know what buy-in is at Michigan State.
No, they don't. They don't know nothing about like rivalries here.
They don't know like the fucking trouble with the snap and
Right.
like the fucking Rose Bowl. Like, you got to
sure.
get them. You got to hype them the other way.
And let's face it, I mean, for a greater part of the last couple decades, Michigan State isn't a national program.
0%.
Before D'Antonio, they were a blip on the map for over 20 years.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
the last 10, 15 years, they've been in the spotlight. But if I'm a kid from Texas, I've got 5 to 10 schools within 200 miles of me that legitimately have a chance at a national title. So they're going to have to do things like that in order to get players like they want to get. And they're going to have to look gimmicky and not be afraid to fail in this new landscape.
And on top of that, with all the NIL stuff in the SEC, it's like you have to bring the guns out if you want to get the big dogs.
Yeah, and like it's cold here a lot. Like it's not fucking nice weather. It's,
Right.
It's a totally different like landscape and atmosphere. It's fucking you're in the Midwest.
I mean,
Like,
should they start like sending out like Halloween promo videos up in East Lansing? Like,
Yes.
just some GoPro footage of Halloween weekend.
Well,
and
I think there's some private vids in the vault that don't hit Twitter, man. I think they're like, all right, cool.
The vault's busting at the seams.
All
Then
right, give me your phone. We're gonna show you some stuff that happens up here. You know? I think I think they let them have a good time up there.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Fuck, I just hope they're good. I get really like, I get so like nervous because like the shit talking is like out of control between Michigan and Michigan State.
Oh, it's
for sure.
And we're guilty of it the other way 110%. I mean, fuck, listen to our last, like pretty much like the last episode 70, I believe was the D'Antonio one.
See, I'm getting checked every time I chirp a Michigan guy, though, now, because they're like, we'll let you beat us every year if we win the Big Ten and go to the playoff. Like, is that how you feel? Like, I mean, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't take that situation and get a chance at the playoff if we had to lose to
Yeah,
Michigan,
so
but that's loser mentality from my standpoint.
So I guess
as
good
well.
question is, what season would you have rather had?
Right.
Michigan's or Michigan State's last year.
Right.
And I think if I sat here and I said I'd rather have Michigan State's, like that's wrong.
It
That's
has to be.
incorrect. It has to be wrong.
Right.
You know, like if you were to take like ignorant state stance of like, well, we beat our rivals and we won our New Year's Day bowl and we didn't get embarrassed like on the biggest stage. We didn't get our dicks kicked in by Georgia. It's like, I'll take the dick kicking. It's kind of like, would you rather win the NIT or lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament?
For
You
sure.
know?
Exactly.
And I'm not taking away anything that State did, but it's like, you know,
And at the end
I'd
of the-
probably take that L to Michigan and go to the Final Four.
Yeah.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, we had the same issue against Bama, big spotlight, raped. Unfortunately,
That sucked, man.
it did.
That really sucked. And it was like during New Year's Eve. Like that, I was like,
we had a
partying.
a
I was, like, in a
nice
suit
party.
and
We were
tie.
actually a pretty fun party for that.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of just like stopped watching the game after like halftime.
Yeah,
It was one of those things that was on in the background, but you didn't want to let it ruin your night.
We were alive at half, weren't we?
Yeah, it was like, what, 17-0? It wasn't too
I thought we
Yeah.
booted one. I thought, or did we miss a
No.
field goal to close the half?
Yeah,
We did. It was 17-0.
Yeah, that sucked.
But
yeah.
The offense was just non-existent.
I mean, let's just face it. The
Bama.
SEC is a different breed than anything.
And that's
right
yeah.
now.
And it's like
You
we
know?
got to put the Rots and the Phantoms on the field to
Yeah.
like get half of that roster, dude. I
Georgia's
don't
front
care.
seven is
Bring
an
'em
NFL
out.
team.
Yes, like bring them out. Exactly.
Recruit night at Deja Vu, downtown Lansing, you know?
Yeah. Fucking downtown Lansing, nice place.
I used to pawn stuff in downtown Lansing.
I have no doubt. People did a lot of stuff for money. You know, there's a lot of guys donating plasma on campus.
I've heard rumors of people doing that.
All right, let's get into the boys. Let's get into our guys. Let's get into, without a doubt, the most hyped fucking team in the city right now.
Man.
Men.
Man,
It's about to be fun, man.
Dude, everyone, including myself, and I know you, Lou. I don't know where Chandler's at, but I know his balls are tingling over the fucking Lions this year. I already bought week 1 tickets like Lou's going to be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not going to be recording on that Sunday.
I feel like that's like a game that like I always go to for the last like besides the COVID year. I think I went to every like home opener for the last like 5 or 6 years.
It's a new tradition for me.
Yeah.
Like I try to go to one game a year, and I've learned it's best to go week 1.
Yes, for sure, exactly.
Because it usually just
it's
gets
one
worse.
game, and then I had my fix of downtown Ford Field. Now I want to sit at home on Sunday and gamble.
And actually, like I get back from that, I wake up the next day, and I'm like, never again. Like at least this year, like that was horrible.
Yeah.
Like I always spend way too much money. I drink way too much.
I remember
And they always lose. The only thing that saved it last year is that backdoor cover. They
Yeah.
definitely backdoor covered it, which I watched at second best because we left. Because we said this is over.
I'm pretty sure we finished up at Greektown too.
Yeah, and like you could have told me I was standing on the 50. I would have had no idea.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I remember we went to the home opener against the Jets a couple of years ago when
Jesus
Darnold was making his start. And the very like first series, he threw a pick and we took it to the house.
Glover Quinn, right?
Yes, didn't score a point after that.
It was our boy Quandre, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
was
Quandre
it?
Diggs.
It was Diggs.
Yeah, it was Diggs.
I thought Quinn grabbed it. Yeah.
Remember, he went into the arms of the skeleton.
That's right.
The
That's
guy
the shaking one in the corner.
yes,
shaking the skeleton in the corner,
yes.
dude.
So, dude, that moment, that Jets moment, like I've said it before, say it again. Like I truly think, like when you say what's your worst Lions moment, like it's that one comes to mind first. I know it wasn't like a playoff moment or anything like that, but like we were so hyped up with like the fucking New England Lions or whatever we were calling ourselves at that time, and like the Patriot way. Oh, yuck! It makes me want to throw up. I was selling Matt Patricia shirts on the website, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was going through old photos of people like sending me them wearing this thing. Like,
Was it a bestseller?
it did well.
Yeah.
People bought it. Yeah, he had the pencil in his ear. It's horrible, dude.
Was it the gray one with like his face outlined in the beard?
It was like a cartoon rendition of his face.
I
I
actually
drew up.
sadly have that shirt.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I'm dead serious. I'll bring it.
Fuck, yeah, we gotta burn that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I didn't throw it away yet, I do. I have cut the grass in that shirt before.
Is he OC of the Patriots?
They were
DC.
DC. I think
He's
they were,
something. He's like coach in waiting or something.
I think they
over
were
there.
talking about moving him to OC though,
That's-
which is insane, but whatever.
Yeah, dude, that moment sucked.
That was my last Lions game. I might break the streak this year. I might go back, but I vowed to myself at that moment I was not going to go to a home Lions game until we made the playoffs. But
Wow.
this might be a different year. We'll have to see as we
The
get
Hard
further
Knocks
into
got
this
you drinking the
conversation.
Kool-Aid, Chandler.
Okay, listen.
Dude. So, I mean, Hard Knocks is also absolutely like fueling the fire, and it's like watching that preseason game, like knowing that everyone in the world who like watches Hard Knocks and all the media people like have this inside look to the Lions is like it's a little scary to me. Like I'm just like a little like even like losing that preseason game the way they did was like the most Lions way to lose. Like obviously it's all the third stringers, but like Blau dropping that snap, and
Right,
then,
100%.
like,
It was
dude,
just rinse, wash, repeat.
it
type
was just
thing
like,
for
oh,
us.
here we go.
Yep.
Right. It's one of those things, and I'll let you guys get to Hard Knocks before me because I'll have the real take. You guys can have your takes. But
guy.
it's
Love
one
it.
of those things
Like,
where
too
I'm
cool.
trying really hard to like them this year, and I really do want them to win, but I'm here to tell the people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear.
Wow.
You can go to 10 different beat writers on Twitter if you want to see Malcolm Rodriguez highlights. We're not going to be playing these on the Fizz.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get pretty excited here. I know Pizzo's
I love Malcolm Rodriguez on kickoff.
I know Pizzo's fucking pitching a tent too.
Oh,
So Epi one. Couple of thoughts, couple of notes I had. Obviously, the Campbell opener like was electric. I thought. I get a little worried though. Obviously, you got Campbell hyping up all the time. Jamal Williams yelling in that huddle.
Oh, yeah.
Couple times during these pump up speeches, you're like, all right, okay, we got it.
Yeah.
A little bit like, and at what point does it turn into like noise?
right.
You know,
For sure.
But I absolutely loved the first fucking episode, and it's like, even with me just saying that, it's like hard not to root for just Campbell's success, like without a doubt.
Absolutely. No, I was a big fan of it as well. The one thing that was just like, okay, this is enough for me was the Aaron and the Deuce like bickering back and forth on the during the offense and defensive stuff, it was like, all right, a 30-second clip of that would have been enough. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't need 5 minutes of that. I think that was just like a little over the top for me.
Yeah, and I also thought like even like a 30-second clip would have been great, but knowing that they did that for that long, I was kind of just like, hey, can you guys like quit playing fucking grab
right,
ass? Yeah, and
exactly.
like I get you love each other and you want to like what was it like fuck each other in between the lines?
Only in between the lines,
Yeah,
though.
and fuck HBO for like repeating that line twice. They did not need to edit that in there twice. Like he said it once, it was kind of like, all right, kind of weird.
Yeah.
Then they like zoomed in, mic'd him up, and made him say it again.
Yeah.
And then put it in there twice. It was like, come on, I know there's other footage for that, but I hate it. I was over that as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, hey, coach the guys.
The other thing, too, was there was no JMO sightings, which was kind of disappointing. I wanted a little JMO action.
Well, I think they're all going to get, I think this first episode was the Campbell show. And
Yeah, a little
and the
coach
staff
breakdown,
Show, and then
yeah.
obviously we got the Hutch tug job.
Ironic enough, though, did they show Ben Johnson once?
No. I
No,
looked
they
that up. And they did, or Holmes.
Right.
Or Holmes.
So it's like they didn't show everyone. I'm going to do a little ESPN here, all right? I'm going to look right into the camera for anyone who's watching live here. Watching episode 1 of Hard Knocks, Dan Campbell's not the coach. He's not going to be the coach to lead us there,
Wow.
okay?
Oh my
so
God. I hate this.
I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. He's a good motivational guy. I believe he's had a great staff that he's helped build around him. I do think they have good position coaches, good coordinators. At the end of the day, though, you've got to lead men. To me, he sounds like he's leading a junior varsity team, much like Coach Lou Pizzo over here, okay?
Stand
so
up.
At the end of the day, we can get all excited. We can do everything we want. Let's remember a couple things. One, we still arguably don't have a franchise quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we got Goff.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So
he might
we don't
pop,
have
though.
that.
Might pop.
2, we had the second overall pick last year. We were 3-14.
Yep.
And 3, we've won one playoff game in 65 years. So let's just temper our expectations and say 6-11 or 7-10 is a good year from 3-14, and it's going to show much improvement. But I said it last year. I'll say it again. Campbell's a transition coach. He's not our coach that's going to lead us anywhere.
Yeah. I think
that's a fair point.
I kind of tuned you out a little bit there. I personally didn't like anything you were saying. So I'm glad you have your opinion. It's good we have different ones for the show and other people, but I'm not going to do that until like I'm crying in your arms week 3.
I'm rooting for him this year. I will say that I'm sincerely rooting for him. I think Brad Holmes is the guy. I think they're going in the right direction, but they need a quarterback and a coach to get them into the playoffs and beyond.
I think Goff might pop this year. Goff might have a little pop to him.
I think you've been watching
I
a
don't
little
know
too
about
many
that.
highlights.
I'm going to stand by Goff a little bit. I don't think he's the guy or the dude, but I think he'll be serviceable.
I do like our
the
wide
amount of
receivers.
weapons- yeah, he's got a lot of weapons.
They got a ton of weapons, and they've got, the best offensive line I've ever seen out of a Lions
Yes,
team.
for sure.
By far. So
Yeah.
that
Decent running game.
yes, that should be our strength for sure. It's just, I'm not kidding. Who's a linebacker? Don't say Malcolm Rodriguez either.
I wouldn't. I'm
No,
not gonna.
you know
I'm
what?
not gonna sit here and say we have a good defense, or I'm not gonna say anything like that. I am saying I think Goff can be serviceable within a system, which he showed in L.A. Like literally, like fucking plug and play. Like this is the guy we
For
got.
sure.
Like put him in there. The weapons are there.
McVay, Dan Campbell, though, could be two different.
Yeah, I am curious to see like what the like our weapons like look good for the Lions. I am curious to see how they stand up. Like everyone is very excited about Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I thought he had a very good close to the end of the year. Will that continue? Like, and a lot of people are like dead nuts sold on it. I'm kind of curious to see how that carries over.
No.
Okay, like that's I'm not 100% sold on it either.
It will not continue. I'm not going to get all analytical, but his usage rate after all the injuries to the wide receivers was way up. You bring Chark in, and you got J-Mo rolling in what, week 5, week 6 probably. Like, I just see him getting phased out. Not that he can't be a good receiver, but like
People
last
are
year was
loving him, though.
Yes, they're saying like, who's your top 10 young athletes in Detroit? And I see people putting him like up there with like a Riley Green or a Panay Sewell. It's like he's not that guy.
And that's where I'm like, like like looking at our weapons. So like we just talked about Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm very excited about Chark as well.
Yes.
Very excited.
I'm more excited about Chark than St. Brown.
Yes. But so as a wide receiver one, how is he compared to like a Cooper Kupp or like a fucking, like an Allen? Like I think
he still just has too much to prove to be talked about with those guys.
He's not comparable to a Cooper Kupp.
Not comparable. That's what I mean though. It's like, so like we're excited about these weapons, but like,
yes.
So if that's our number one wideout, and then, after that is, hopefully J-Mo, who I'm very excited about.
Hey, we got
Also tore his
Quiz.
ACL.
We got Quiz
Dude,
too.
he's like the fourth receiver on the depth chart. Like,
I don't mind Cephas.
But yeah, is he going to make the roster?
I don't see
Quintez
that.
Cephas?
Our number one wide receiver, like you said, is on the sideline right now.
Yeah.
Jamison Williams has a top 5 ceiling in the league to be a top 5 receiver.
And I hope his legs are good,
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I do believe in him, but
I love
as
him.
it pertains to Amon-Ra, it's like he's the 30th to 35th best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
He might be like a Golden Tate.
Yeah.
Golden Tate was never a number 1. He was one of the best number 2s in the league.
I know you're a big Tate guy, Lou.
I was, I
Golden
liked
Tate.
him. I didn't love him, but like I didn't hate him.
I thought he was pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, I did like him though. He was like our best.
He was a yak guy.
Was he our best receiver since Calvin? Am I missing somebody in there that was better than Golden Tate after Calvin?
No, I don't think you are.
I'm trying to think
No.
if there's literally anybody.
Tim Kennedy?
No.
There wasn't. You know what's funny too is I was
Wait,
at,
is that the white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ripped it in who's the white guy who closed out the preseason? Like,
He had a good
I was
day.
hitting him up. Yeah, he had
He had a good day
against.
against the Falcons.
Yeah. Okay, it was Tim Kennedy.
Yes.
Sorry, it's just such a generically white name.
Yes. It's
TK.
I don't think we've had anybody since Calvin outside of Golden Tate that's worth anything.
Who was opposite Golden Tate though? Like when Calvin wasn't there, who else was out on the field? Who the hell was Stafford slinging it to?
Kenny Galladay.
Oh God, fuck! I hate that guy.
Yeah, I'm not a Galladay guy at all.
Speaking of wideouts, real quick, the J-Mo's wearing 9. J-Mo's wearing 9. A lot of fucking Detroit Rams got their fucking panties in a bunch about it.
No
I
surprise.
personally don't care. I don't think this is even a topic that needs to be touched on.
Could
but
care less.
Yeah, I mean, good. He wants 9. Give him 9. No one's wearing it.
That's fine.
That's it, right?
I just want to see, like, in what franchise. This either tells you enough
Yes.
about the franchise or the fan base. He had 0 division titles, 0 playoff wins, and he was here for over a decade, and people are mad that someone's wearing his jersey number. That is...
I got so many DMs of, like, it just feels too soon. I was like, too soon for what? He's gone. He requested a trade.
He did nothing for us. Like, let's just be real.
I like him.
So do I.
I sure do like him. Hey,
He
glad
won nothing though.
we won nothing.
He won nothing. That's all that matters. He had over 10 years here, and he won 0 playoff games.
Yeah, I mean, one of the marquee highlights is when he broke the shoulder versus the Browns.
Oh,
And I loved him for it. And I love Stafford. I got a Stafford jersey. He's fucking probably my favorite Lion. But I'm also not going to say don't wear his number. Like that's like the playoff banner we have. It's like
that needs to be cut down.
Yes. Is that cut down or is it gone now?
No.
No,
It's
that's
still
What are they
up
going
there?
to put up there?
right. No, that's
Nothing.
up there.
You've accomplished nothing. Put nothing up there.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think they have to.
Have a banner.
They have to.
We'll just make the World Championship ones.
I mean,
Just do it like UCF did.
Yeah,
Self-proclaimed.
I like that.
what, a playoff win over the Cowboys when they got fucked over? Is that what they're going to do?
We almost beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is like a sign of our sick fan base and organization. People are crying about that number 9. But I don't know. I fucking back to Hard Knocks. The one thing we didn't touch on is obviously like our boy Hutchinson.
Yep.
And I say our boy in quotes because we are sitting with 3 Sparties here. Anybody listening, like we're all Sparties and we're very, very biased. So it's tough for us to like show any credit to anything even remotely related to the University of Michigan. I'm gonna try to keep it whatever, but I'm also gonna be myself. But I have made the decision that when Hutch was drafted, I hated it. Like I wanted Thibodeau. I wanted Thibs
For
big
sure.
time.
I mean, I was thinking
still
that
do
right away.
Still
yes.
do. Like he's a monster. Like, and I just thought Hutch was a little undersized, and he sounds like that. Oh, he's the high motor, hard working, believes
Tool
in the
kind
system.
of. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I mean, dude, I'll say this, like, I could get scalded for this, but I mean, he had a good first preseason game. Like, mind you, he was playing against the Atlanta Falcons
in a preseason game.
Correct. But like
they did give him player of the game.
we
We
can't sit here and say he didn't look good.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, no, dude, and what I was going to say is like I'm rooting for him. Like I can't call myself a Lions fan and say I don't want our number 2 overall pick to not be good. Like,
for sure.
I want him to be good. Am I jumping for joy that like he's a Michigan guy? Absolutely not. Do I necessarily like his whole everything? Not
Blue
really.
collar.
Yeah, whatever. But like I am going to root for him to be good. Like I am not going to root for his, unlike some of our friends who are totally rooting for him to fail.
I'm not going to be rooting for him, but I'm not rooting against him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting. I know I said it to you guys before we got on here, but PFF rated him the number 1 defensive player from week 1 of the preseason.
Holy Kool-Aid.
Hey, all allegiances go out the window when you go from a college team into a pro team, and you got to put that aside.
Yeah,
and like you
I
said,
agree.
Frank, you got to, if you're a Lions fan, I don't care where he is, what are we going to not want Tom Brady?
Yeah.
If we wanted Tom Brady 5 years ago, you've just got to put your allegiances aside. I hope the best for the guy. I think he could be great. I really do. But I think this is a guy that isn't natural. He's going to have to put in the work, and that's going to be dependent on him and the coaching staff.
Yeah.
He's not a slam dunk.
Yeah, and I think what frustrates us too is just like the absolute, like anything the guy does, like he gets the tackle for a loss, right? Is that not the only clip you've seen for like the past week? Like like anything the guy does, like
On repeat, jam down the throat.
boners and the slappies.
No, I saw another clip, Malcolm Rodriguez's tackle on the opening kickoff. I saw that about 52 times since Friday night.
Yeah, another part.
Great hit.
Yeah. Speaking of Hutch and the of Hard Knocks, like the lamest part. Okay, the coaches fighting.
Yeah,
that was lame. The lamest part was that story from Hutch's mom of like the picture in between her toes, and she like knew that he would be a Lion. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's like you
Did
grew
that
up.
happen?
You grew up in Detroit, Metro Detroit. Of course, you were wearing a Lions jersey as a kid. What?
Yeah, like what? It'd be weird if he was wearing like a different team.
Yeah,
and like I don't get that story at all. Like HBO said they had like over 500 hours of footage. How did that story make it in? Like that wasn't that crazy that a picture was in between her feet, and it was like consensus the Lions were taking him.
Yeah, I don't.
I hated that story.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on that.
They're just trying to bring it all, tie it all in.
Right.
They were trying to make
all
it
the
all
Motor City
sentimental.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, when he got up there and he was like, signing bonus $23 million.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. And he
What
ripped,
up?
He ripped the song. I'm gonna give it to him. He ripped the song. He
Did a
killed
good
it.
job. He did a good job.
Yeah, he was out there.
He had the boys bopping. Do you get your locker rooms going like that?
Yeah, we get it going. I like to get them like nice and I get up and personal with like my front 7 on defense. Those are usually my guys, and I know the story that I'm thinking, Frank, that you might want me to share.
Yeah, I kind of do. If you're
Okay.
I was just giving you the look. If you wanted it, it was yours. You
Sure.
knew
Now,
it.
mind you, people, Lou was the freshman coach last year, and he did this the last game of last year.
Yep.
Unbeknownst to him, he didn't know he was going to be the JV coach this year, so he really emptied out the tank with this one,
Yeah.
not thinking he'd have the same.
Got the same squad back, but we were playing last game of the year, one of our rivals, and we got beat up by them pretty good earlier in the season. Our last game ended up getting canceled. The team we were playing didn't have enough guys, so they rescheduled one of our rivals in Clarkston, and they were coming to our house. We were getting hyped up, the last game of the year.
No,
we
I
were
get-
jacked
and-
up. We
and-
just got beat up by them.
Yeah, they took your lunch money last game.
We wanted to come out firing. I was warming up the D line and some of the linebackers and got them all together right before the game. And I'm, grabbing their face mask, shaking them up a little bit. Nothing violent, but just,
keeping it clean.
absolutely slapping some heads around. And one of the guys on my team, they're all looking at me. And I did this before every game. This wasn't like a new thing. Like I had my little group that I gave like a little extra pep talk to,
Yeah, these are you guys.
for sure. And, was it some of it is, is it, You got to get the boys going though. They know what they know what it's about.
We don't need to see how the sausage is made. I trust you. You're
That's
getting
right.
it done. Yeah.
So I got them all together, and I'm like, we're looking at each other, and I can't take credit for this move because I actually learned this from Big John Henderson, tackle from the Jaguars. I know there's a clip out there in the NFL where the trainer kind of like smacks him up a little bit before the game. So I kind of like did my own little flavor off that. And, I had the boys all in there. They're all sweating. Their eyes are looking. They're bleeding right through me. These guys are ready to go for the game.
Yeah,
and, I grabbed the one kid in the face mask, and I'm like, hey, you ready to go today or what? And he's like, yes, coach. And I'm like, Rudy, you got to smack me right now in the face. And he gave me a little kind of tap on the side. I grab him again. I go, if you're going to hit a motherfucker, you got to hit him. The boys are all yelling. They're like, ah! Gives me another one. We start jumping around together, and I go, let's get out there and catch some bodies.
That's awesome.
And it was just electric. It was so much fun.
Let's go.
And they still talk about it to this day. And
I still talk about it.
Yeah, it was a good time. And so it's gonna be hard for me to kind of top that one, but I got to think of something.
You gotta
for
just
this
let
year.
them break your nose. Just let them headbutt you because that story though is like double whammy because when I heard that story, you told it to us when we were all together, Michigan State. That day, and the boys were just like doing shots, jumping up and down, all fired up. And you told that story, basically like we're telling us to do it to you, and like you just kind of redid it. And we were so juiced up after that, and then obviously like that game happened, and we were just going nuts. And I was so fired up after you told me that, and I did not know you were letting the freshmen slap you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
fucking awesome.
That was right from the hip. I'm not gonna lie, there was zero planning to that.
That's what makes it better.
It just felt right.
You don't wake up and say like I'm gonna let the boys slap me around a little bit.
For
today.
sure.
No, you get in there and you're just fired up.
For sure.
So wait, did you win that game?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. Dude, I thought you just lied, dude. Just fucking lie next time.
I know. That's the worst part. It was absolute fucking heartbreaker too. We were down by, it was 10-14, and there was like no time left, and they had to punt, and we had them pinned in deep. We blocked the punt and then recover the football out of bounds.
Oh my god!
So we got it. So it turned out to be a safety instead of a touchdown, and we lost.
Damn.
Yeah, but before that happened, we were juiced the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just because the result wasn't there doesn't mean the boys weren't prepared.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. I love that fucking story. Fuck yeah. Taking a page out of, I bet you Dan Campbell, I mean, he's doing the down ups. He's probably letting them slap around.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'm fucking really juiced up now. But anything else? Anything we want to put a bow on? Apparently the word on the street, though, is that golf was not supposed to play. Do you guys see this? The golf wasn't supposed to play week one.
Oh, I did see it. I know what you're talking about.
Not week one. Preseason week one. And apparently he went into like Campbell's office, which I don't know if we're just making storylines.
This could be full beat writer.
Yes. And Goff said like, my guys are out there. I got to be out there, which I don't know if I believe it, but if it is, oh my God, Hard Knocks is going to eat it up.
I'm about it. I mean, you can't tell me that the
Chandler
team
can't even like speak on these topics.
You can't tell me the team isn't like buying in and like it's like way more together than any team we've ever had.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It just, I don't know.
It's all too soon.
He just wants results. He just does.
Yes, I do.
He's sick of hearing about how the guys love each other and Hutch's dance and like down ups.
Malcolm Rodriguez on kickoff.
Show.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
What is real and what's not? Get on the field and then I can assess from there. But I'm not going to take anything good, bad, or indifferent from a TV show.
So let me paint this for you though. This all happens. We're all gassed up, juiced up, and then the boys like are actually like half-ass winning. Like they're like 6-3 or something. Like how fun is that? Like then it's
6-3.
Yeah,
I mean, our schedule is so bad.
The schedule's
like
cake.
it's not
the schedule
that.
Is
that's
cake.
the only. That's like the big reason, but I think behind a lot of Kool-Aid too.
It's easier this year, but the schedule
bottom
looks
five.
decent
It's
every
bottom
year
five.
because we play the worst teams every year because we're always last in the NFC North.
Last year's was tough.
Well, we got an NFC East this year too. That division is ass.
I don't want to get too
Trash.
far ahead of myself, but we're going to start, let's just say, the first 5 weeks, okay? Because then we have our bye week, our 6th week, okay? So these are our first 5 games. Home against Philly, home against the Commanders,
Gotta win that. Yeah, go ahead.
at Vikings. Remember last year?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The team played hard. I'm crying in the press conference. Remember that one?
Cousins like slapped
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes. That one. Home against Seattle, week 4.
Team's garbage.
At New England, week 5. So again, Eagles, Commanders.
Gotta go 2 and 3.
Okay, so we're gonna go 2 and 3.
Gotta go
so
2. No, I didn't say we're going to. I said we gotta go 2 and 3.
Okay, so in order to get to 6 and 3,
Yeah, no,
we'd
we
have
gotta
to win the
catch up.
next 4.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I said what if? I said what if we're 6 and 3? Then it makes everything
You know
more
what,
fun.
Frank? What if I win the lottery, man? The Fizz is over, or we're in
Yeah.
a huge production
No, yeah,
studio
we
at
are.
that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're right.
Like,
You're right. I'm sorry, man.
I need to bring us down to earth that 6 and 11
do.
is a good year.
I see 9 wins.
Yeah, I did easy.
I think 9.
I think we walk to 9 wins. Golf might
Crab
pop,
walk.
too. Yeah. All right. Before Chandler poops himself. So we're trying to do more shit. You know, like we do over under to close it, but we want to do other stuff that's kind of just, whatever. Maybe not sports related, kind of sports related, easy to process stuff here. So I was thinking we do a snake draft here. We wrote down a bunch of ideas, and I think they'll evolve during the year. Obviously, for everybody listening out there, we're going to start betting like animals as the year gets going, college and pros. But right now, obviously, we got nothing going on unless we're going to bet on Pizzo's JV squad.
Most dead time in sports right now.
But I think that's illegal, and that would get him in trouble. So we're going to do a snake draft. How many rounds of a snake draft should we do? 3 or 4? Maybe
Yeah,
we'll do
3 or 4 is good.
We'll do 4.
All right.
So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get our so if you guys ever need to do like a randomizer, like pick an order, I use this wheelofnames.com. It's fucking awesome. And you just put these things in a wheel and you spin it, and it'll give you a selection. That was horribly explained, but that's what it is. It's Wheel of Names. Put it in there. So today we're going to do a snake draft between cereals, beer, or sandwiches. That's what we'll do. Do we want the fast food items, or do we not do enough research for that one today?
No, we didn't do enough research for that one today.
So why don't we do you guys want to do cereals or sandwiches? Fuck the wheel today.
Let's do sandwiches.
I like sandwiches,
I'm
I
like
think,
sandwich
yeah.
sandwich right
Okay,
now.
cool. All right. So what we'll do here, I want to use the wheel, though, because I did such a great job. I got everyone hyped up on it. We'll do the wheel for who picks first.
Okay.
All right. So I'm spinning the wheel. She's spinning. All right. Chandler's got first pick. Snake draft of sandwiches. We're going to do 4. We're going to do
overall, huh?
The wheel, it's actually, we got a new audio set up here, so the wheel noises are getting recorded. So that little cheering was the wheel getting selected.
Let's get it.
And then hang on, second pick, we're spinning between me and Lou here. Second pick is going to go to me. All right, so.
Damn, tough.
Yeah, tough for you. Third pick on the sandwich list. All right. Oh, it's doing the cheering again. All right, Chaney's up. Round 1. We're doing a sandwich snake draft. What do we got?
All right. With the first overall pick, Chandler Nash is going to select the Philly cheesesteak.
Wow.
That's definitely one of mine on my list.
I was so nervous you were going to pick mine, to be honest. Mine is a pretty quick one. Philly cheesesteak, number 1 overall sandwich. That's great. If I had this pick, though, I'd go the Reuben.
Damn.
I would go
that
Reuben.
hurts to hear.
That was number 2.
Yeah,
That's
I was
my
so,
go-to.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Absolutely.
My favorite sandwich in the world is a Reuben, and not a turkey Reuben, corned beef without a doubt.
Absolutely.
And if you get if I had to pick, I like rye or marble bread. If we're getting picky, getting specific on it.
Okay. All right. Well, that
We
was
got 2 here, Lou.
That was definitely my pick. I'm a huge Reuben guy. I would say with those being off the board, I'd have to go with the Dagwood sandwich.
What is a Dagwood?
It's like it's turkey, ham, pickles, and like I think there's mayo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice toasted sandwich. It's not gonna fill you up, but it's not gonna leave you hungry either.
It wasn't even on Frank's draft board.
Dude, I don't think if you looked right before that, if you said, Frank, what's a Dagwood, I would have been like,
It's in the ocean.
I was like, is it like a backwood? Yeah.
Yeah, Dagwood. You should get one next time you're out, Frank. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, well, we can Lady in the Tramp one together. All right, you're
All
up.
right, Dagwood, he took a 3rd rounder in the first round.
Yeah, that was
Malcolm Rodriguez.
That was a stretch. Talk about a reach pick.
Jelani Tavai there.
Dude, yeah. Oh. What a shit sandwich.
Let's see if you can post again.
My next one, I'm gonna go with an absolute Detroit classic, the Hani, the Coney Hani.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And I think for all intensive purposes here, you know, I don't want these stupid arguments like is pizza a sandwich, is a hot dog a sandwich, is a burger a sandwich. Like, we're going to get rid of those.
absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
We're keeping it pretty vague.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's like a wrap or a sandwich, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pizza's not a sandwich, damn it.
I know, whoever
Just
said-
'cause
or
it's
a
bread-
fucking hot dog.
Or a hot dog.
I mean, I get it's bread, meat, and cheese, but like it's not a
sandwich.
sandwich.
Not a
Yeah, it's a
sandwich.
fuking hot dog. Hot dogs
dogs at the
stand alone.
turn.
Yeah. Ooh, turn dogs, baby. Don't get me.
I love a glizzy. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Like,
Shit.
if, like, yeah, shit, dude.
God damn, barbecued glizzy,
Dude, we should pound dogs on this show. Like, we should absolutely just
Chestnut.
inhale
We need
dog-
Joey on the show.
I think that's a good bet that we should get the viewers in on. One week we're going to do how many dogs can we as a team eat
Oh,
Wow.
in 10 minutes.
I like
in
that.
10 minutes? I was gonna say over the length of the
No,
show.
10 minutes.
I like
Just
the
the
quick
hot dog
ground and
contest.
pound. Are we dipping them? We have to dip.
We can
right?
do whatever we need to.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. All right, I'm down. I'll do I mean, dude. I'm not
Glizzy
gonna-
season in the D.
Yeah, I mean, how's your plumbing here?
It's all right.
The tree's good.
Boys are pooping outside.
Go out in the
All right, number
dagwood.
two.
I mean
yeah.
the backwoods
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
Dude, I don't know what a dagwood is at all.
What if I was completely wrong on all the meats on it?
You told me what it was, and I literally was like, I don't get
It
it.
is something. It is something.
Yeah,
It's definitely something.
it's something. All right, for me, I thought for sure you were gonna
Don't take it, don't take it,
scoop
don't
this
take
one
it,
up,
don't
but for
take
me,
it.
it's an Italian,
Wow.
an Italian sandwich. Like, you know,
Always.
yeah, the ham, the salami, the capicola, all those Italian.
Everyone
meats.
has their little variation of it, but
yeah.
the foundation's
The banana
always
peps,
the same.
absolutely.
Yes.
Tomato, lettuce, just dude. I love a good Italian.
Okay.
All right,
Good choice there. Good selection. 6 overall. I'm taking. We're going to go way down south. The Cuban.
ooh,
Oh, I like the Cuban.
wow, Cuban.
Cuban sandwich. Got to have the pickle. Got to have the mustard on there. Just an absolute staple. And it's got to be pressed like a panini.
Absolutely. The best Cuban I had, I think, was at what is it, Vincente's downtown. They have a
That place
great,
is really
Oh, yeah.
great Cuban sandwich.
Stuck between two here, but I think the next one is gonna still be available when I get back around. So I'm gonna hold on to it and I'll let you know if you guys take it. I'm gonna take with my next selection the Italian hot beef sandwich.
Wait, are you up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're at
Yeah,
the
the
turn.
snake,
Sorry,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great. It's
Come
weird
on,
with three.
Frank.
Sorry,
Frank.
Sorry.
What's going on, man?
What?
I'm taking the Italian hot beef.
Oh, okay.
Is that like Portillo's?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
like Portillo's. You can dip it, make it wet if you want.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Wait, that's the Italian hot beef. So mine's in that same realm.
Oh, I think we're thinking similar things
I think
here.
I'm talking going to another country in Europe. We're talking the French dip.
Oh,
Wow,
God,
that's
what
very
that was
close.
on my list.
All about the au jus.
Are you kidding? I bathe in the au jus.
Oh, buddy, love a good au jus.
You ever bring like a side straw out so once you're done with the sandwich, you
Yeah.
can just kind of finish it
The
up?
boys should, in addition to having hot dog day, we should just like sip au jus. Or we could dip the dogs in au jus.
Wow.
Get them all lubed up.
Au jus dogs? You think
Ooh.
anyone's done that?
I don't know. We could.
Big if true.
Big if true.
Fast Food Friday edition.
All right, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get those going on here. We gotta eat some shit on this show. Look at this sandwich mania. I'm getting so hungry now. All right.
Pizzo, you're back to back here.
So I'm kind of in between here. I guess I would consider this a sandwich.
Don't say it.
A Euro? Is that a sandwich?
Yeah, I would say that's a
I'm
sandwich.
sandwich?
counting that. I like that.
I
pick.
love Euros.
Yeah.
Not-
I'm actually kind of mad because like I wish I would have thought of that because I'd probably gunned ahead like a Euro more than a French dip, but that's part of the
Pizzo's
draft.
like eating at Leo's. Euro, Hani's.
Yeah.
I thought we were keeping it local.
I mean, yeah, it was a local show. All right, the Euro. I actually love that pick. I'm actually pretty bummed, but that's the point of the draft. You know, when you're under pressure, you got to think. Dude, I love a fucking Euro tzatziki.
Oh, God. That shit's so good.
Yeah.
Bunch of feta on it.
Yeah,
Exfoliate my face with it.
yeah.
Just lamb being shaved off that thing.
Get it on the dirty stick.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Golden Fleece in Greektown.
It's on the rotary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check the girderator.
Oh, that heat lamp. It's been spinning for a while. All right, pick your tornado and let's get out of here.
Oh, do I got one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing 4.
All right, cool. I'm going to go a little bit, not really left field, but a meatball sub.
Ooh.
Love a good meatball sub. Wow. Cheese on top, of course.
Yeah. Come on.
No Q, no Q, no Q.
Yeah, come on.
So that's my 4, I believe.
So you got the Dagwood, whatever that is. Ahani.
I probably could have got the Dagwood in the last round.
Buddy, you could have had it after we were done.
Could have picked up the Dagwood in free agent pool.
Dude, the Dagwood is you. It's fine. You did not need to trade up for that pick. All right, so I feel like I'm blanking. I feel like I'm missing, I feel like I'm going to blow it on this pick, but I am going to go with I'm going to go with a club. I'm going to go with a club sandwich, bacon, turkey, sometimes avocado on there, sometimes not, but I could do that. But I do like a good club sandwich. Sometimes they stack them kind of comically high, which I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking do with this?
Yeah.
You got to open eat it like the mask. But I like a club sandwich.
I like the pick.
All right. My patience paid off. So I thought this was going to be here. It's a not so traditional sandwich, but huge on the east side here. Everybody loves them. None other than the muffaletta.
Fuck, I knew you were going to say that. That's a great pick.
I mean, cheese, ham, the sesame seed on there, a little bit of oil, maybe some gardenia peppers, jardinera, whatever you want to say.
How you doing? How you been? How's it going?
Either way.
Fucking gabagool.
Dripping in fucking oil.
Yeah, I mean, can you tell we got a few Dagos doing this thing? We got the Italian hot beef, muffaletta, the Italian sandwich just in general, and then the meatball sub. But yeah. So
just missing the chicken parm on there.
Which should never be.
I was kind of surprised that this one wasn't mentioned, but what do you guys think about the BLT?
I love the BLT.
Me too.
It's just like, for me, I was like, it's a lighter one.
It's an honorable mention type one.
It's a lighter one.
Yeah.
So I went with the club over it just because it has like some turkey on it.
A little more stick in there.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot left, but there's only 12 we can choose from, right?
That's it.
Like BLT and grilled cheese, don't really order them from a restaurant because that's kind of like,
but like you still punish them all the time at
work.
home.
Yeah, at home, not at work. Yeah. Not whipping up a BLT at work.
The grilled cheese with the tomato soup is like second to none.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, good.
I usually get a side grilled cheese. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Channy's final sandwich lineup here: Philly cheesesteak, the Cuban sandwich, the Italian hot beef, and the muffaletta. Frank's got the Reuben, a traditional Italian grinder hoagie, whatever you want to call it, French dip, and the club sandwich. And then Pizzo's got the Dagwood, a hottie, a gyro, and a meatball sub, which I just think is the greatest Lou lineup I've ever seen. The big slip bandit.
That's a great variation of sandwiches, if you ask me.
No, I'm not mad at any sandwich that was picked. There is not one I'd turn down except maybe the Dagwood. But but we'll get it on the stories. We'll see who won. We'll go from there. But
love it.
Yeah.
Can you put another thing on the stories? Can you ask if people know what a Dagwood is or not?
Yeah, I will.
Yes
Who knows what a Dagwood? Who knows what a Dagwood is? Maybe
only the strong survive in the sandwich world.
I literally wrote down who knows what a Dagwood is. All right. Well, now that we did our sandwiches, we're coming up on the hour and a half mark. Let's get into the traditional close, the traditional Fizz close, which we've had since day one, and that is our over-unders. If you are tuning in for the first time, which you're probably not if you're back to listening to this show, my buddy Jerry, accountant out in Cleveland, I usually rag on him. Maybe I'll give him a little more of a break this time around. But he sends us 5 topics, over-under. We've never seen them before. And then we go through them and say if those items, person, place, things, ideas are over or underrated. So I'm pulling up my email right now where he sent it. Jer Bear out in Cleveland, appreciate you sending these over. So we'll get started here. We'll go reverse order of what we did for the sandwich draft. Pizzo, you're up first here. So LGRW from Jer Bear. Number 1, gardening, over or underrated?
I love gardening. I mean, that's super underrated to me. I think that there needs to be more garden talk, more veggies, more fruit.
Where do you want this forum of garden talk?
Yeah, what do you mean, like in general?
I think like Reddit needs some more garden spaces. Twitter, I mean, severely underrated. This is a huge underrated thing for me.
Do you garden at all? We have to talk about it. We have to.
I haven't in a little while, to be honest with you. But I like eating other people's gardens.
You like eating you like eating veggies? Like, what are you fucking saying here? Like, are you saying you like vegetables or you like gardening? Because
I like fresh vegetable gardens.
Okay, because I like a good tomato and a cucumber, but I don't
The cucumbers?
But I don't like I'm gonna say gardening's overrated. I don't want to garden at all. Like I don't want to. I'm not particularly like a yard work.
You're not a green thumb guy.
No, I don't have a green thumb at all. Like I don't. I like tomatoes and veggies and things like that. Like I'll eat a good salad, but like I don't like gardening. I think it's overrated. Like so that's what I'm trying to dig in for you. Like you're saying you want to.
I just like the whole process of it, like watching it grow from seed to plate.
This is unbelievable.
Cut it down, mix it up with your foods. Like you get those fresh colors, that good taste. Chandler, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Process of seed to plate is what he just said, everybody. He also said earlier that he's never gardened in his life.
That's not true. I have huge garden.
He likes the process of
Oh
seed to
gosh,
garden.
let me put a bow on this one. Everyone's in a pretzel right now as to what's going on, but I'm gonna say underrated. I don't garden vegetables. We have some flowers out here. Maybe if you guys are watching on the video here, you can see them in the background, but it's therapeutic. Take 10, 15 minutes, water your garden every day. Give yourself some time to think. Gardening is underrated.
Yeah, I think you're a better person for me on that. I'm not saying. I think for me, I just don't.
You like processed foods, is what you're saying.
Not a seat at the table guy.
Fuck this. I'm moving on. Number 2. How do we do this? Yeah, so I'm first on this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why I'm having trouble with the orders today, but number 2, fireworks. Fireworks. So I'm gonna say fireworks. I'm gonna say they're overrated. I'm gonna say fireworks are overrated. You can obviously take this a few different ways. I don't have necessarily beef with fireworks. I think they're good on 4th of July and like those events. Tigers hit a home run. They're good. I don't need to see a video of them. I don't need to go downtown to watch them. I think they're a good thing to have in the background, but overall I could probably go without fireworks. And half the time, shit catches fire or someone's shooting a gun along with it.
Every year you hear about somebody blowing their house up or somebody's finger getting blown off.
And maybe for that reason they're underrated just for the entertainment, but I already said overrated, so I'm just going to stick with overrated. Don't have much of an opinion on fireworks.
I agree with you, Frank. Overrated. I'm not going to go to a shanty in a strip mall parking lot and pay $600 to watch a couple explosives. To me,
because that's the only scenario that fireworks are witnessed.
I get it for the
where else
kids.
are you buying fireworks?
Yeah.
It's
I
at
get what you're
Gibraltar,
saying.
or it's in a parking lot where the guy's taking cash only.
Chinese opium den.
150 for 2 or 1 for 100. It's like I got my money. I need to spend my money on other things. They're too expensive.
Gardening.
They last 10 minutes. Fireworks are overrated.
Half the shit. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, nothing exciting from my. I think they're overrated as well. I get it for the kids. Something cool to see, loud bang on 4th of July. Good for the that type of stuff. But other than that, I'm not a firework guy either.
Yeah, put it in reverse, Terry. All right, good. So we got 3 overrateds on the fireworks. So all right, Channy, you're up. Number 3, Jeeps.
Wow. I'm going to have to say Jeeps are underrated. I had a Jeep Wrangler growing up. That was my first car, 96 Jeep Wrangler.
Ooh.
My wife has a Jeep Gladiator. We've had many Jeeps in between. I have nothing bad to say about Jeeps. The Jeep Wave, the Wrangler Wave, for anyone who knows it, is kind of
real.
like this
It's real.
like culty-like thing. So I'm a Jeep guy. I'm okay with Jeeps. I'm not totally in love with them, but they're still underrated. They get too much undeserved hate. Underrated.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I was a Jeep guy as well. I had a Wrangler until like 2014, then made the switch. Just they're not the best on the highway. That's where they kind of get you. But for buzzing around in the summer with the top down, I mean, there's nothing better. So I'm going to go underrated too.
Yeah, I've heard with the Wranglers because I love them. Don't have one. Always wanted one. Will get one eventually, but like I heard, the windshield cracks a lot because it's flat, and it's kind of like driving a little bit of a go-kart a little bit.
Yeah, I had a soft cover one too, so like when you get
that,
you get up to 80, you think you're in a fucking wind tunnel.
Yeah.
The thing's shocking. It's shaking back and forth.
Fun fact, I went top down whole way from Chicago to Detroit in a Wrangler once.
With your shirt off? Or
Absolutely.
Perfect.
It was just,
Windburn?
dude, it was insane. We were sophomores in college. It was just that time of life where it was like, let's
Fuck
just
it.
top down.
What were
Ride.
you doing? Like smoking heaters, or like
All
what was
of
the
the above.
decision made to go top down for a 5-hour drive?
It was just a nice day, and the boys were fired up. Like,
Had to get the
seriously,
guns out.
that's all it took back then. Like, that's all it was. Like, you couldn't even hear each other talk or anything. It was just...
That's how she goes.
Your ears are ringing the whole time. But, yeah, I drive a Jeep right now. I have a Cherokee parked out front. So Jeeps are underrated. I love them. Love the Wranglers. Love the looks of them. The Gladiator's really sick.
Yep.
The Wagoneer's an absolute freight train, which I think is sick. The fact that you had a 96 Wrangler, like those 90s Jeeps.
Yeah.
My parents had like a green one in the 90s that I thought was like the coolest thing in the world.
They're like more the Army style kind of look,
Yeah.
you know?
I just love the Jeep brand, really. I think, like, I try not to, like, I will never say, like, oh, it's a Jeep thing or get too far up their ass, but, like, I think they're a solid car and I like them.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, Jeep's good.
This is a Jeep crew right
Yeah,
now.
Jeep
fuck,
guys.
who knew
Jesus
it, dude?
Christ. I'm going to send them an email for
Fuck
some
fireworks. We're Jeep guys, man.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Channy's up first, and I'm glad he is. Or wait, Pizzo's
Pizzo's
up.
up
I
first.
can't do
Yep.
this. I'm fucking stupid.
We're here to help, Frank.
I gotta hire someone just to run the show, man. I just want to talk. Number 4, and good thing you're up first, Lou, because I got no clue what this is.
Okay.
The Nelk Boys.
The Nelk Boys.
It says full send
Yep.
guys who interviewed
Yeah.
Elon Musk, Jamie Foxx, and Donald Trump.
Yeah, I've actually seen a few of their stuff with like what's his name? Bob Menery was with those guys for a little bit, I think. So I've seen a few of their podcasts. I watched like some of the clips on like the Snapchat bullshit stories, but I will say some of the podcasts they have done have been like pretty entertaining. They ask pretty good questions. They get good guests. So I'd say they're kind of underrated. I think it's more of like a younger, like college type, group of people that follow it. But like, I like what they got going on. So I'm going to say underrated.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, if they got guests like that, I don't know who they are.
They had like Shaq I saw one with.
I'm just gonna I don't know who they are, but if they must be doing something right. If you like them, I'm just gonna say they're underrated because I fucking have nothing to give on this topic.
Fair.
They were very similar to one we had last year. Remember we had Jake Paul last year?
Oh, they're
We
like
had
Jake Paul
as an over-under, and what I said was they're kind of pests.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like a Jake Paul, but they're master marketers.
Okay.
They have big names on their podcasts. They get a lot of clicks. They get a lot of views. They're very influential for the younger generation, kind of like what Lou said. So I got nothing but respect for them. They're not really my cup of tea, but they do things pretty well. So I'm going to say they're underrated because they're successful and they do their thing and they have their niche.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and I'm looking at I look at the Paul guys and I wanna hit them in the face. These guys don't look that. Are they annoying?
I mean,
They
can
have
be.
their moments, like
Yeah.
anyone else.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got table of underrated there. Jesus, I'm supposed to be plugged into the internet. I should know who they are. All right. All right. I'm up. Number 5 on the list here is short walks. Like legit. Hey, let's go on a 10, 15-minute walk. Tough one out of Jerry here. Short walks. They're underrated. Sometimes I'll be at work and it's a nice day out and I'm trapped in the office and it's very cold in my office. I've complained about that a lot, very cold. So you get outside, warm up a little bit, kind of break away from the screens. Nice little short walk, get a little nature on you, get a little sun on you. Underrated. Short walks, underrated.
I'm a pacer, so I do a lot of pacing at work, but I don't consider that a short walk. No. With that being said, my wife wants to go on a short walk after dinner almost every day.
Okay.
I tell her no 6 out of 7 days out of the week. I'm not a big short walk guy. I don't want to walk and see my 10 neighbors. My development's 20 houses. I don't give a shit to walk around at one time. Right. If I want to do that, I'll walk around the perimeter of my house. I'm not a big short walk guy. Get me on a bike. I'll do a bike ride maybe for 15 to 20 minutes, but short walk does nothing for me. Overrated.
Okay. Strong opinion on it. I'm glad we had one.
Yeah, I'm going to say overrated as well. If you're not walking 2 miles plus, then just stay your ass at home.
All right, coach.
You keep your ass
Is that
on
what
the
you tell
couch.
the boys? Yeah.
Man.
I will say, yeah, after
Man.
dinner, my wife does, but we always got to take Hank the dog, and you just drag that guy behind, most uncooperative walker in the world. And, like, I would rather go on a walk, short walk with my wife, where I know there's some rhythm and some flow to it, and we're both going to walk and get to the finish
Not
line
stopping
here.
to take a piss every 5 seconds.
Poop and piss, and
Yeah.
then he, like, lays down, and my dog hates walking, and it's fucking, there's no rhythm to it. There's no, and then me and my wife start fucking fighting because I yank him, and she says, like, let him do what he wants. He'll figure it out. I'm like, no, we're on year 5. He hasn't figured it out. We got to like, we just have 2 different approaches to, like, getting the dog to walk.
Well, then
Yeah.
he does what he wants when the person's outside and shits on their lawn while
Yeah.
they're on their front porch.
Yeah,
and
that's
it gets
always
all
fun.
awkward,
Yeah.
you know.
It
You
gets
don't
on
have
my
a poop
Depends on who the
bag.
neighbor is, though. It might be good.
yeah. I get, like, poop on my thumb. All right, well, that's what we got. So we had gardening. We had both overrated, me and Chandler. Oh, Bezo loves it. Bezo loves it.
I'm a huge gardening guy, if you didn't know yet.
Fireworks, all overrated. Jeeps, big Jeep podcast. We're Jeep guys. Underrated there. The Nelk boys, I got no idea. We all said underrated. Short walks, overrated from the 2 boys. And then me, I said was underrated. So that is episode 73 of the Fizz team. I think we had a pretty nice return here. I hope it all recorded. Obviously, some new equipment, so hopefully everything picked up.
Should I kick the cord real quick? Double check.
I think that should be your signature closing move. But yeah, so we'll get this out this week, and we'll keep rolling, and stay tuned. Don't forget, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please write a review. I encourage everyone to share this with everybody. The only way we're going to grow is if this thing gets shared out. So we do appreciate you listening. Maybe send it to a friend you have, and they'll listen to it. Apple Podcasts, can't stress enough, writing us a rating will help a ton. Subscribe on YouTube. We're on Instagram, all the fucking social medias. And then, as always, check out the store. The store is humming right along.
Get your gear.
Yeah, get your gear.
Get your gear up.
The grit stuff is selling really well. If you're slappy about the Lions, go grab a hat, go grab a tee.
How's the new MSU stuff doing, Frank?
Awesome as well. We're going to hype that up a little closer to the season, but that's doing good. Just tees right now. And the flags and the posters are doing good.
I got the mug, too. I love the mug.
That's right. You got the mug. Yeah. So go check out the cigar smoking Sparty. That's a good one. And then when it gets a little colder out, we'll get the sweaters and the hoodies going.
Let's ride.
And all right, team. We will see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Good to be back. See ya.